So you asked, do I think if Ivern is meta? So I'm just gonna do a quick 10.24 in my head canon breakdown of what I think, or how I think the jungle meta at least kind of shapes out. And we're doing this by looking at the win rates on the champions. Right now I'm on op.na.gg or na.op.na.gg or whatever. And right off the bat we see Mumu's rank 1 for tier. This is the tier breakdown. Kane's rank 2, Graves rank 3, Nunu's rank 4, Kha'Zix, Hecarim, Rammus, Poppy. So just using this sample size of what we're seeing, right? We can see that it's tank, tank, mix, tank, tank. And then your hybrid, which he can either go bruiser tank-ish, or he can go full-on assassin damage, right? But if you go over to the win rates, this is where it gets interesting, right? You go over to the win rates, tank, tank. Most people are playing red Kane, so let's call it a tank, tank. Olaf plays super aggressively, but I think you end up building in bruiser, half tank, tank, AP tank, bruiser, tank. So in the top 10 champions for win rate on this patch, we're literally looking at more tanks than anything. Then you go Sejuani, and then you go down and you get your AD assassin, mixture, AP assassin, team fight, tank. So as it stands, if we're trying to figure out where Ivern would fit, Ivern does okay in this meta, but that's only if the team comp is right. Like, you can play an Ivern if your support is also an enchanter, and if like your top lane is an engager, or your top lane has some kind of, like if your top lane is like Kale or something, or Karma, and your bot lane is your engage. Because as it stands right now, these guys can all just jump on your AD carry. And because of the way the items are set up, not only can they jump on your AD carry, they can kill your AD carry. Like if a Mumu like Qs to your AD, or ults your AD, spins on them, Qs them, the W's going the whole time, spins on them, you can drop 2-3 shields from Ivern. They're probably still gonna die because there's so much damage in the game, and the support items just aren't very good, right? Let's look at what they're building on Ivern. All right, they even have him right now. Now I need to rearrange this. All right, so right now they even have Ivern as a tier 5 champ, which means which is not very good, right? If you go to his, let's look at what items they're building on him. So he's not getting played nearly enough. These numbers are super low for pick rate. But when they are, they're winning because these are like your one tricks, effectively. You know, these are your, and this is in Platinum Plus, I'm pretty sure. But it looks like you're going Imperial Mandate or Moonstone Renewer. Both 200 health, both 40 AP, both 20 ability haste. I think it comes down to their mythic passives. Grants 5 ability haste, grants 15 ability power. I can understand why the Imperial Mandate would probably do better, because at that point you're actually increasing your AP, which would then give you larger shields, and it actually kind of shows that it's being played more, right? Then Mikhail's Blessing, which I think is Mikhail's Crucible, but Mikhail's Blessing, a stopwatch, redemption. Let's see, Mobies, Ionians. Which way is he starting? With this sample size, I'd actually say I think Skirmisher Saber might be better. Then we look at his skill tree. Skill tree wise, E, shield max, Q max, W max. I don't know anybody who actually does this E then bush max. I don't know if you don't really get, you get a little bit additional damage on your, I believe, auto attacks from bushes with Ivern with W, but I believe the lockdown duration for Q extends when you put points in it, so you want to do that. Wait, Ivern with Sarah and Nami and Ash and Maokai. Give me a second to think that through. It's not like terrible, but it's not like good. And he's going Airy for the most part. So we got 3 Aries, and then I don't really count this Abomination of a rune. It's like 0% win rate. Like I said, I don't count it. It's an Abomination. These have 100% win rates out of 1 game. Might be better to just run the Domination. I'm not a big fan of Zombie Ward, but that's also because I'm in low elo and nobody knows how to look at the mini-map. And then when you look at counters, it'll probably have the highest winning as a Mumu. But yeah, when you look at his matchups against a Mumu, Kane, Graves, Kha'Zix, Lee Sin. Okay, he wins the Lee Sin matchup. Hecarim. Everybody but I believe Graves. He has a slight edge in the Graves matchup, and very slight. And Lee Sin, he actually just like, for some reason, railroads, which I don't fully understand. But well, looking at those, you can obviously see like 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5 just beat him more times than he beats them significantly. I think these are like 60, 57, so almost 60. That's the one that he wins. Almost 60, almost 60. So the champions that are most prevalent in the meta right now just wildly outclass Ivern. And that's why he isn't in a good spot right now, and he isn't in a good spot in the meta. Now, things that I think that could happen, a lot. So these hyper AD champions, and if you build Blue Cane, are all running the same build. They're all running the same what's the name of the item? They're all running the same Eclipse, I believe. Yeah, Eclipse, Yomu's, and Collector, like as their first 3 items. If they start to nerf, or if they nerf Eclipse again, or if they nerf Ghostblade Yomu's, or if they nerf anything in that trifecta, that'll bring the overall power level down. Or what I think's gonna happen, they're going to buff support items, and if they buff support items, then that's an overall benefit for Ivern. I think Ivern with more support items actually benefits him in a crazy way, because then he's able to actually like he's able to play the game the way he wants. Like right now, he can't play the game because these hyper aggressive, like even if he's just trying to farm his side of the jungle, Kha'Zix will enter and kill him. Kane will come in and kill him. Graves will come in and kill him. You know, everybody on this, even though it's a very short list, everybody here, except for maybe a Mumu, but with the buffs for a Mumu and stuff, he can still fight him. But even if he can't fight him, he can out farm him. Everybody else can just walk in and kill Ivern with relative ease. Things that I think they can actually end up buffing. So I know Cosmic, they don't even have it here, and then some super low win rate on Night Harvester, which is somebody trolling. But this Cosmic Drive, I think Cosmic Drive, it just got buffed. I think this is going to be big on him. Imperial Mandate helps because the shield, when it bursts, will give the slow and immobilization stuff that deals the extra bonus damage. So it'll probably be something like Imperial Mandate. Staff of Flowing Water is really good on shield and peel supports. So I could easily see either Imperial Mandate, Cosmic Drive, Imperial Mandate, Cosmic Drive, Staff of Flowing Water, and then, or you would rush, you know, like you'd rush the Ardent Sensor. You rush the Ardent Sensor if you have a on-hit AD carry that you want to speed up their attack speed and stuff. Or you rush the Redemption if you're transitioning to really, really early team fights. If you're transitioning to super early team fights, then yeah, you probably want to get the Redemption. But outside of that, yeah, I would say Imperial Mandate, Staff Flowing Water, unless I'm missing something that Redemption gives outside of the bonus. Yeah, no, I would definitely go So flowing water, and then the cosmic drive. Then of course you want to get your boots. So your boots are going to be most likely Moby, so that way you can go from camp to camp. And then your last two items that leaves you with, then you can slide in your redemption and or your ardent sensor, or figure out like, oh, you might need the Chemtech purifier, which will give you grievous wounds, anti-healing. Or if you're really on it and you're just keeping everybody alive and you're in these fights and it's crazy and you're doing well, Magi's, but not really likely. I think that's it. Mikhail's is if your support isn't doing a good enough job of peeling for your AD carry, and you realize that you need to get a Mikhail's to help your AD. But like that's only if again your support, like if you have like a Pantheon support that's just not going to build Mikhail's. You have like a, I don't know, a Senna who's probably not going to build Mikhail's or something. All in all, like I said, I think he's D tier right now. I think with the proper item changes for support items, and if they bring down the power of some of the assassin items, you will see Ivern go up to at least bottom of B. Because I think the more tanks there are, the more you want more supports. You want Soraka, you want Sona, you want these people who extend these fights and heal up the tanks, or stall the tanks while they're doing their damage, so your AD carry can unload damage and stuff. And Ivern is just that. He's the tank jungler, or he's the support jungler that can actually help you win your game. All in all, thanks again for hanging out. My name's King, and I will be here at twitch.tv/call_me_king, and that's twitch.tv/call_me_king. This is just a quick breakdown on where I think Ivern is. I had a question from the chat, and the question is, where do I think Ivern falls in the meta currently? So I did a quick video, and I figure I would share it, record it, share it, and post it to YouTube as well. So feel free to subscribe. Come visit the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. And until later, you've been kicking it with King. It's your boy. Peace.